Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. As you can see here, it is now time for us to go through the differences between the dolls and the fashions in Bratz Forever Diamonds for the PlayStation 2. So first we're going to start out with Back to School line, whereas it's in the game called High School Refresh. It's also referred to as Class Wave 2, but it's the first set of outfits that we see the girls wear. So the first outfit that we're going to be talking about is Chloe's doll's outfit, and I did add the shoes because I wanted to talk about them. So right off the bat, it is basically the same thing. It's a tailish bluish t-shirt over what seems to be a long white button up. Now on the doll, the shirt is a little longer, which that happens in the Bratz games. They seem to be a little bit more form-fitting to the models of the characters, I've noticed. But you even have like the plaid skirt, and the detailing on here is really cute. I really like this outfit. It's adorable. I like the whole line actually. It's really fun. And then like the Y is also on her shirt. It looks to be a little bit more pink in this picture, and it is more like red, I think, in the game. So I don't know if it's just like a color discrepancy because the top is a little bit more green leaning than this one is. So I don't know if it's like this picture just has a different color or if the doll actually is that color. Now a glaring difference that you might be seeing is these are the shoes that Chloe wears with this outfit, and these are the shoes that Chloe wears with this outfit. So PS2 version, doll version. And these ones match her outfit more so because they're blue with brown. And I've always wondered why she wears these, because these ones are green and pink and blue. But overall, which I have more to say about the shoes, but that'll be coming here in a little bit. But overall, this outfit is, you can definitely tell that it's like this outfit, and it's almost like a carbon copy. They did really good. This top is more cropped than this one is. I think this one looks to be like a full shirt on the doll. Maybe that's so then they can get like the shirt that comes underneath it, and it even has like the collar with the buttons and then the slit right here. This is why I want to talk about the shoes. So these shoes, these green and pink and blue ones, are these shoes right here. So Katya's doll, her second outfit, wears the shoes that Chloe wears, and Chloe's doll, her first outfit, is what Yasmin wears. So I put this together because both of Katya's outfits are what Sasha and Yasmin wear. So Sasha wears this t-shirt, and you can't really see it just because of how my screenshots were, but it does have this angel and bee logo on her shirt. And there is the option of wearing this shirt with the jacket in the game. I just didn't have any footage of it, so I didn't include that in the picture. And then this skirt is the same as this one, which this is 2 games in a row that Sasha has worn camo on her bottoms, which I think is very funny. But it is definitely a camo skirt. You can see like the 3 layers to it, which it shares the same model as another skirt that we're going to talk about in a different line. So you can see the 3 tiers there, and then 3 tiers here. These have a little bit more ruffling, which you can't really see on this PS2 version, but you can see the belt, and there is the buckle right there, which you can see right here. And then Yasmin's sweatshirt does have the number 10 on it. It looks at a different angle because of how she's standing and how like it spread on her as she was standing or posing or whatever, but it does have the number 10, and you can see the hoodie detailing. It looks to be a little bit more magenta in this photo, so I don't know if it's again a photo thing or if it's just the doll has a different color than the PS2 one, because Yasmin's is more red in game. The biggest difference that I see between these outfits are the shorts. Yasmin's has a number on it. I think it's also the number 10, but it might be a different number, but they are still gray sweat shorts, but it has a number on it, and these ones have stripes on it. But she is wearing the long socks with the pink stripes, so I think that that's a fun little added detail. And then Katya's shoes are what Jade wears, and Sasha's shoes are what Yasmin wears. So these shoes are what Sasha's wearing. Hers are platformed, probably because the Bratz are, for lack of a better term, they have Barbie feet. So they're constantly in a high heel, which you can see that in this right here. Like all of the tennis shoes, instead of being flat, they're all heeled. They're all wedge heels because of the way that they're modeled. So they don't have like dynamic heights like you do in like Infinity Nikki, where if you give her like the really tall heels, then she gets taller. These ones, they all have to be wedges, so then they're constantly the same height, which is why these ones are flats and those ones aren't. But what Jade wears is what Yasmin's doll wears, which this tank top is a little cuter than what Jade wears. Also, this color does not go well on Jade, so I don't know why they decided to do that, but that's okay. But you can see the lace detailing on the v-neck part, and then also the underbust has like that detailing right here that you can see, but it does just go straight down and in like a regular tank top as opposed to the little ruffles right here. And then the jeans, they are just stressed with like that greenish color. I see the pink here. I don't think that there's pink included on this leg, but it's even cuffed at the bottom, which I think is really cute. And then Jade wears Katya's heels with this, which they're not as high, and these ones seem to be more magenta, and these ones are like a pure red. So moving on to the next set of outfits in this game is Feelin' Pretty. So the first outfit is Miss Chloe's outfit, and you can see right away that they have the exact same little detailing on the shirt. The sleeves are definitely more of like a t-shirt sleeve instead of these like almost distressed just bell sleeves, but it's a red t-shirt. It's got the 6, it's got the flowers. It's pretty spot on. And then for the skirt, it's definitely longer in the back than it is the front, which you can see that on the doll. It has the pockets right here. It does have like stitch detailing, and it also has the belt loops. I can't see the zipper. Yasmin's hand is in the way, unfortunately, but it does have this like pink flower here, which does make an appearance on the dolls. So this one is also like a copy paste. You can definitely tell that that's what this is supposed to be. And then Jade's, they have the rose detailing, which is really cool, and they have the person's face. I can't tell if the person's face is exact because they do seem to be different faces, but maybe not. The PS2 version is missing the red stitch detailing, which is very interesting that they would do that considering they do stitch detailing on other things. So I don't know why they would miss it out on this top, especially whenever like they have a lot of attention to detail in these games, I've noticed. But it is that crop top over the tank. It is all one solid like part, unfortunately, instead of showing that there's like two different. But because it's PS2 graphics, you can tell that they're meant to be like a off the shoulder top over a tank top. Now these pants, don't mind the bow-leggedness. She was literally in between switching whenever I was buying these, and this was the best angle of these pants that I could get. So you can see the cuff details at the bottom and the pockets on both sides, which is good. And then the colors are very, 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 very similar, if not identical. So you have like this like tannish color, and you have like that really pale blue kind of color, and the stripes. The stripes may not be like identical, but honestly, like even this part right here, like this whole color block of white right here on the waistband, that's pretty identical. And I don't know what the inside of like this leg looks like, so I can't compare it to this one, but it seems to be like an exact match. And then for Sasha's, this top is a little bit more lime green, like a light lime green, as where this one is like really vibrant and in your face green, but it does still have the flower with the 30. This graphic does stretch all over her shirt, and it almost looks to be like a butterfly instead of a flower, where this one you can definitely tell that it's like a rose. So maybe it's just the angle of this picture that I'm using that makes it look like a butterfly. I don't know, I don't have this doll unfortunately, but the graphic is on the center, which that is kind of like the running theme with all of the t-shirts in Bratz, just because I think with so many assets you have to like limit yourself. But the jeans or the capris or whatever, the black detailing is super spot on. Like you have like these fake looking pockets, you have the detailing on the waistband, you have the flowers with like the leaves, which is what this right here, and I'm not sure if they're flip or if it's like a copy paste on both legs. I don't know what this leg looks like, but it's really accurate. The sides don't go up, they are just like a cropped pant, whereas these ones are like ruffled on the bottom and come up here by her knees. These ones don't do that, but it does have like the pink little details right here, like the bows, which is really spot on. So Yasmin's, right away, this graphic is in the center and this one is like the lower right side of her. I know it looks to be on the left, but on her it would be the right. And it also has a different flower. This one's like pink with purple on the inside, and it has one of those like stems with the yellow stuff on it. This one, I don't even know what type of flower that is, but it's pink with like the black middle. But I can say they at least have the pink detailing that she has on this top, and it's the same shape, so like that's really cool. And then the skirt is really accurate too. It even has like the scarf belt, and it has like the little chevron type pattern. I think this is maybe supposed to be a pocket. I can't tell really right now because I didn't realize that there were supposed to be pockets, but it does even have like the lace detailing, and then like the underskirt. The underskirt is like just flat and rounded, where this one is scalloped, so that's not like the most accurate part, but also modeling in a 2006 video game, so we can give them some grace. And then I also wanted to talk about the fashion packs that could come with your PS2 game copy. There's like set A, B, C, D, E, I think, and then we have the codes for them now, so you can have them all in your game. But so this top is Yasmin's Feeling Pretty top. I don't know what this skirt goes to. There's a lot of dark blue skirts like this that exist, so unfortunately I did not scour the internet for like little pieces of clothing this time. I'm so sorry, we have a lot of lines to go through this time. So if you know where some of these things come from that I don't say, then please let me know in the comments. I really want to hear about it. But this is Yasmin's Feeling Pretty outfit, or top, which we already went through. This skirt looks, see there's glare on this, but there's not a lot of good pictures of these on the internet. It just seems to be like a regular blue skirt, which this one is too. Almost looks like there's like a tie maybe right here, but I can't really tell. But it's pretty hard to mess up and translate a blue skirt skirt to a blue skirt. And then we have this like light pink tank top. There don't seem to be a lot of details on this one. Maybe there is like that stitch detailing on the neck right here, which you can see on the PS2 version. The PS2 version is cropped and has like this part right here, whereas this looks like it's just a regular tank top. But the star of the show does seem to be this skirt, which is a light blue, which it is in the game too. So again, I don't know if it's like picture lighting, not completely the same between these two, but you never know. It does have the flowers across here on both, which I think is really cool. That's a great detail. I love that you can wear your stuff on your doll and in the game. This part right here, the little edges on the skirt are missing on this one. You can't really see that they're missing on the PS2 version. I believe it would be right here though, but I do know that it's not on there, which is a shame, but this is pretty accurate to this right here, as is this. They're pretty accurate. Now this is, well, it's called Birthday Bash, but I call it Party because that's what it's called in Rock Angels and in Forever Diamonds. But this is Birthday Bash Chloe's top, which we talked about it in my Rock Angels video. So if you would like to hear what I have to say about that, go check that video out. And then this is a cream skirt, which I can see that it's cream here. This looks more like tan or khaki. So those are like color differences and discrepancies just like automatically. I do see a line right here, like faintly see a line where that could be what this is right here. So that's cool that they have that little detail. And then this top, they do have like the little brand sequin type things that you can see on here. And then right here, you can't really see it unless you like zoom in. It does have like that crisscross tie thing where these are coming out of, and that detail's right here on the PS2 model. It is missing the ties that are coming out, which is a shame, but it's really cool that they at least have that detail in there too. Now the skirts are completely different. This says in the game it's supposed to be a black denim skirt, which I see the black part, I just don't see the denim, especially whenever you have like this stitch detailing that you could have included on there. And I know that they don't shy away from that because there's been several instances that we've talked about where I've raved about their stitch detailing, and it's missing from here. This is literally the same skirt as this one, just in black instead of in navy blue, which is a little sad, but it's okay. And then the final outfit that you could get is this red tank top, which in the game is the exact same as this one. And then Feelin' Pretty Chloe's skirt, which we've already talked. Like with the pink one, it does seem to be more cropped, where this is just like a full tank top, and you can kind of see the neck stitchings, unless that's just a tank top feature in the Bratz world, but it's literally the other one just reshaded a different color. So you can tell whenever they're stacked on top of each other that that's what it's supposed to be, but it's not super translatable except for the skirt. So now we're going to talk about high school, which is what it's called in the game, or class wave 1, which is what it is known as in the doll world. So first up is Chloe's, which I think is adorable that her hair looks like this, and it looks exactly like that in the movies and TV series. I know that's not what we're talking about, but I had to mention it. So right off, you can see her little Bratz wings graphic with the ribbon. There does seem to be some like wording on the ribbon on the dolls that is missing on the PS2, but this is kind of a small area to be able to put words and make it look good, especially with PS2 graphics being more pixelated than they are now. So we can forgive them for that. The t-shirt edges, like the sleeve cuffs and the neck, they are a different color just like they are here, which I think is good, which I think is cool. These sleeves are a little bit more saturated green on the doll than they are in the PS2 version, but you can tell that it's supposed to be a short sleeve t-shirt over the long sleeve t-shirt, so that's good. And then for the skirt, there's less plaid because it has to be able to stretch whenever they pose like this, but you can see that they have like the greens, they have the reds, they have the blues, and it's definitely the same skirt. You can totally see that. And then the socks, there is a yellow stripe and a red stripe on the socks instead of two reds, but it's pretty accurate. They did a pretty good job copy and pasting. Now this one, the top is pretty accurate. So you have like this short sleeve crop top over what seems to be like a white tank top, and you can see that. You even still have like the bee with the angel wings, and I believe this is supposed to say high school, and then it does have, see how it's so pixelated because it's a PS2, so you can't really see that super well, but it is definitely the same graphic. Now the skirt, it's pretty obvious that there is a color difference. So I think this is Katya's. Yes, this is Katya's doll. Her skirt is like a royal blue color, and in the game it's black and white. I don't know why they do that because they don't even wear this outfit in the movies. It's actually Sasha's wearing Sasha's doll's outfit, so I don't know why they would change the color. So, and the socks are different. So you have like a red and a blue and a red, where these are just 3 blue stripes. So the top is like really accurate, but like the skirt and the socks, I don't know what happened there. And this is Kumi's doll. Kumi's top, I mean, it's mostly the same. It obviously, this matches more what's in the movie than it does on the doll, but you still can see that it's supposed to be the same. So it's like this really bright pink, but the sleeves are like white shoulders with like pink to the elbows for some reason, where the sleeves are all white on Kumi's doll. And then her numbers are a green color where they're black in the PS2 version. Now her skirt, however, is completely completely accurate. So it's like this dark blue pleated skirt. It has like these 2 white lines like it does here, and it even has the belt with the belt loops. So that's pretty accurate, and that's pretty good. And it has like the exact same socks. So it's hard to mess up black socks though. And then for Yasmin's, there is another obvious color difference. So the dolls is purple, where the PS2's is brown, and the skirt is like a pink and purple, where the PS2 is like orange and red and yellowish, which in the PS2 version, it kind of emulates more what they have in the movie. So I don't know if her prototype doll was supposed to be brown and they just didn't go with that and they went with purple. I do like the doll's version better, I will say. I think it's cute, but I'm also a pink girl, so that's why. But it does have the 23, which is good, and you can't see it from the way that she's posing, but there is a little ribbon thing on this skirt. You can kind of see it poking out, which is good that they even at least had that. And then her socks are orange. For some reason, it doesn't really match, but that's okay. And these are yellow, but the whole color system is off. But it does have the blue outlining for the letters or the numbers, so that's good. Except for the numbers on this are black and these are white, so I don't know what happened there. Now on to what is known in the game as Tricked Out, but it's Twins 4th edition and Twins 7th edition, which the 7th edition was not released. So it's Kristen, Leela, and Era and Kasara. So I don't know which twin this is, but it's one of the 4th edition twins outfits, and it's like at first glance, it is super completely undeniably accurate. So you have like this, is it a fleur-de-lis? Is that what it's called? You have it on both of the designs. This is couture, this is couture. You have this like snakeskin jacket. This one looks almost more like a sweatshirt than this one does. This one is definitely like a leather jacket, but it's still like the dark pink design and it's pretty spot on. And then for the pants, they are both distressed. So you have like this distressed here and this distressed a little bit lower, which is exactly what it is in the PS2. And then you even have the belt with like the studs. You can't really see the studs in this picture of the doll, but I imagine that they're there. And then like the buckle, and then even this little chain over here, like even the chain. They even got the chain, and they couldn't have put red stitch detailing on Jade's Feeling Pretty top. Anyways, I digress. But overall, this outfit is like super, super matching. And the other twin, same thing. It has this little, whatever that thing's called. I assume that you can see that right there, kind of. And then I don't know if it says funky, but you can see something right here, which it is a black top, and black top, light pink. And then the jackets, this is the same model in the PS2 that the other one was, which is kind of the same for the dolls too, but it is still the same color scheme. So this is like a lighter pink, and so is this. And then the pants, you have thigh distressing, which you do here as well. And then you have like the light pink with the stud belt and the light pink belt. So that one's also like super accurate. So now we're getting into the unreleased twins, which I wish had been released because, oh my gosh, they're beautiful and I would love to have them. So first off, this top, it does have this like little ruffle thing at the bottom. I don't know why I cut it out on accident, but I did, which is right here on the doll, which is really cool. They have this black plaid, same as here. So maybe that's why. Maybe they already had like the black plaid from doing this, that they just made the other skirt black instead of blue. So then it's like the same texture or something. I don't really know. I don't know how video game making works. So, and then you have like the bust outlines, which is same as this, with like the dark pink detailing and the light pink insides. Extremely accurate, 10 out of 10. And then the pants, they are just like mirrored from the dolls. So it has like the sequining on the side, which you can see here. And then these patches on the doll's right side is on the PS2's left side. And then even the patch right here by the knee, one up here on the thigh. The heart patches are supposed to be, I think, the same size, just based on the doll. But they do vary on the PS2. But, you know, at least they have like that detailing. And then on the bottom, you can still see like the pink cuffs of the jeans, which you can see on the doll. They're not super detailed on the PS2. It just seems to be just like the same pink detailing that's on the skirt, which this has like the dark pink ribbon and then the light pink ruffles, but still pretty accurate. And then this one is uber accurate. It's insane. So you have like the white scalloped lace, which you can see on the doll. You have like even, I don't know what material that is off the top of my head, but that's what it looks like. And then you have like your red ribbon detailing, even with like the cuts where you can see that it's gone through. And then even the tie, like the ribbon tie, that's just insane, the accuracy. And then the pants, oh my goodness, the pants look so good. So you have this like Rock Angel's rose like stencil type thing, and then the black square, and then like you have like the paint distresses, and you even have the red ribbon on the bottom. And then another one, oh, see the black of the top right here, and then you can see it a little bit on the doll if you like zoom in, but even the ribbons on the side, like you can see it right here and you can kind of see it right here, but it's a little bit shadowed. It is missing some more of that silver detailing right here, but overall this is like an extremely accurate representation. So now we're moving on to Rodeo Wave 1, and you can, I think it says Vamp, which is weird that it says Vamp, but you can see right off the bat it is literally the same graphic. It's smaller on the PS2 version than it is in the doll, because in the doll it takes up the whole thing, but it even has like this like V-neck type thing right here. It is off the shoulder in the PS2, which it doesn't seem to be that much on the doll, but overall pretty accurate. The skirt is the most inaccurate. The skirt is the most inaccurate because it's obviously like a lot shorter than this one is. It still has like the belt stuff though, but this one seems to be like a circle buckle, and this one almost looks to be like a flower. So it is still 3-tiered and pink, but I don't know why they decided to make it so much shorter where this one's longer. Maybe it's because of this skirt, but we'll get to it. So, but it makes me sad that this one's not accurate because like this is my favorite skirt in the entire game. So, but for Chloe's second outfit, they did do a really good job of translating. Like, tell me that this is not the same, because you can't. It's the same thing. They don't have like the super same amount of detailing right here because it seems to like cross, and this one doesn't. It just like looks to tie, but it's cool that it visibly ties, and it does have the brown, so you can definitely see that they tried. Now these pants are super accurate. You have like all of that like detailing right here that is outside of the jeans. It is painted on, but it's fine. But you have all of that detailing, and then you also have the belt. It is, I think, a circle belt buckle where this one is also like a flower, but still super accurate. And then Yasmin's first outfit, this is why I said that I wonder if it's the same as this skirt from Sasha. Like, it looks to be the same like model, so I wonder if that's why they made both those skirts like that. I don't really know. But the tank top, both brown, you got like this detailing on the neck, so that's really cool. Very, very accurate, very nice. I can't really tell what's separating these tiers of the skirts on the doll or in the PS2, but they have it on there, so I guess kudos to them. And then they even have the belt with like the detailing on it, which they look to be lightning bolts on the doll. I don't know that they are in the PS2, but you know, they tried. And then Yasmin's second outfit, I can't really see if this blue flower that's in the PS2 is on the top. I know it for sure is in the artwork, so it would really make me sad if it's in the PS2 version and not in the doll version, because like this is the best part of the whole outfit. But it is like that brown like deerskin leather type suede feeling thing. You can definitely tell that that's what that's supposed to be, with like the tie around the neck. The pants are obviously different. Like, I don't know if these are technically Soria's pants. I just assume that they were Yasmin's, because they only did based off of Chloe's and Yasmin's dolls and not Soria's. Because like the belt is different. There's like not this tie thing here. And then the sides of the pants are different. There's no like detailing or anything there. So that's pretty different, which is disappointing, but it's okay. Moving on to Hollywood style. Okay, so first up is Katya's, and right away it is literally the same thing. It's so accurate, it's insane. Like, you have like the asymmetrical top, you have this sequin detailing right here, you even have like the pleats in the dress, and then the red evening gloves. Come on, this is gorgeous. Even like, look at that satin crinkle. Like, guys, that's the same dress. That's amazing. Like, they did so good on that, which is why whenever you can like unlock Hollywood in Bratz the movie, I wear it, because look at this. It's stunning. And Megan's is the same way. Like, you have like this sequin detailing up top, and then you have like this strap, which I wish the detailing up top, or I guess like the neckline of this, was a little bit more fitted and the sequins were up a little higher, because it looks a little bit different there. But you even have this middle part where you have like this like V section here that you can see, and then like the poof, little ruffle poof out with the sequin detailing here, and like the two ruffles, like even the indents on the ruffles. Like, that's insane. This literally the same. They did so good on this game. They definitely found their groove with like modeling. Now Dana's is a little bit different. So it does still have like the 3-layered skirt. Actually, I think there's 4 on the doll actually, and there's only 3 here. But Dana's skirt is like tulle, or no, this isn't Dana, this is Phoebe. I apologize. This is Phoebe. So Phoebe's skirt is made of tulle. The one in the game is not, or at least it doesn't seem to be. And also the top is the same color as the skirt, where Phoebe's is not. Phoebe's is darker. It does have like the sequins up here, which you can see in the PS2, but they are not the same, unfortunately. They're similar enough that you can tell that that's what it's supposed to be, but it's not completely accurate, which is sad, but it's okay. And then for Yasmin's, it's literally Cinderella. Like, look, it's beautiful. Literally modern day Cinderella. It even has the sparkles here in the center. It's gorgeous. And like this detailing right here, oh my goodness, so good. And it like floofs out just like hers does. Love wearing this one. Love wearing Katya's, love wearing Yasmin's. So moving on to Passion for Fashion Wave 1. So Chloe's outfit is this top right here. This is like a green satin, like a light green satin, where this is more of like an emerald green. It also doesn't flare out, but we talked about that with the tops. They're more like form fitted on like the models for whatever reason. It does have like that top thing up here. And then I don't know what this is supposed to be, but they do have that, but the colors are like different, drastically different. The pants, you can definitely tell that that's what they were going for with like the belt and like the stitch detailing. The embellishments on the pants are better on the doll than they are in the PS2. They keep it in the PS2 mostly towards the thighs, and it seems to be like put over already like distressed stuff. So I wonder if they like reused assets or something for that. Whereas on the doll, they're like sequined all the way down instead of just like this more condensed and contained version. For the dress, it does seem to be kind of the same ish. You can kind of see it if you squint your eyes and tilt your head, because it has like the v-neck with like the detailing, but the skirt of this does not look like this at all. It's not like a handkerchief skirt really. It's also a darker blue, and like the detailing on this is silver, where this is like light blue and squarey, and I don't really see the squares on here. So I assume that that's what this is supposed to be, but it's not an accurate representation. Same with Yasmin's. It doesn't seem to be a strapless dress, where this one is, and it also like goes down. Like if you see it like goes down like this, and it's called a cocktail dress in the game. I assume that's what this is supposed to be, because I couldn't find another Passion for Fashion outfit that even looked remotely similar to this. But it's not the same. The shape of it is not the same. The only thing that is the color, but that's about all. And then I could not find anything else that was similar enough to be like this PS2 dress, but I don't think it's this dress. This is just the most close one that I could find. But it's completely different. Like the shape is different, the colors are different. So maybe it's not supposed to be this dress, but I couldn't find anything else that matched this. So I thought that it was this, but completely different. Not impressed. So moving on to Play Sports Wave 2, we have Chloe, Phoebe, and Yasmin's, and then an unreleased Jade from Wave 4. So we have Softball Phoebe, which right away, super accurate. It even says Angels right here, and it has the number 4. And then you have like that black v-neck on the collar, and then her black sleeves, and then like the triangle part of her shorts, and then they're both light pink. Very cute. Super accurate. The socks are a little different. I think actually maybe there are some pink stripes over here on the side. I don't know. I do like the pink stripes. I think it's really cute and it pulls it together. But overall, this is really good. Basketball, Chloe is also very accurate. It is the same like asset style where it's a t-shirt instead of a tank top, which makes sense, like video game wise, that you would recycle that. It does have like the white V and then the cuffs on the sleeves, and then I don't know if this is an 8 or if this is a 6, but I'm going to go with I think it is an 8 too. It even has like the black on the sides that she does in the doll, and then the shorts, she has like the green stripes around the waistband and then the white stripes here on the cuffs of the shorts. And even the socks, they're white with like the navy blue stripes, so this is also, it hits it out of the park. Yasmin's is the same way. She has the 7. It's also orange. It has like this pink detailing on the neck and the sleeves, which you can see here too. And then the shorts are identical, where you have like the dark purple right here on the waistband and then the light pink on the cuffs. And the socks are even the same, where it's like white with the dark blue or the black or whatever. And the black on the sides, like the stripes. Very accurate. Now, I'm very impressed that they have an unreleased Play Sports Jade on here, which I think is volleyball Jade. Even this like black detailing with like the shaping from the prototype doll, that is really cool. I think that also maybe says Angel, so I don't know, but it has the words up here, which is really nice. Has like the number 6, same thing. The colors are spot on, and you can see how it flows seamlessly with the lines on the doll. It does that in the PS2 version too. And then like the socks, it even has the like knee pads. It's not on her knees, but it even has the knee pads on the socks. And then like the striping, like the light pink or light purple striping. Super cool. Now moving on to Costume Party Wave 1. So we have like Leela, Yasmin, and an unreleased Ashley, which is the first one that we're going to be talking about. So overall, this is a copy and pasted outfit. It's missing the bell sleeve over here, and then it does have like that red mesh armband. It is the same color as the rest of the outfit instead of like this lighter mesh, which you can even see the meshing down here too for like her tights. But it was probably hard to make the bell sleeve in 2006. But it even is like shiny, and it has like that little detailing right here. Super accurate. The skirt is also the same shape as it is the doll. Has more layers in the PS2 version than it does in the doll, but not really actually going to complain about that because I like how it looks in the PS2 version. So, but pretty cool that they've had 4 unreleased dolls so far that have made it into this game. And now we have Leela's witch outfit. I'm not going to be talking about the white version of this outfit. I'm only going to be talking about the pink and black version because the white version is literally a recolor of this and is not based on a doll. I don't know why they added it in the game, but it's fine. It's fine. So you have the hat, which it points up at the top right here and ends here instead of like having this curl in the back, which honestly in the PS2, I think that's probably for the best. It does have this buckle too, which is really neat. And like the pink striping details on the hat. So that's really cool. It has this like pink part right here, which you can see on the doll. The sleeves are different. You can kind of see the mesh detailing on her arms, but this seems to go across her chest and it's just like little puffball sleeves in the PS2, where these ones seem to be longer. It's also missing like the sequins. Like the PS2 is missing the sequins that the doll has, but the skirt is also still the same shape and it has like that under mesh detailing, so that's pretty spot on. The shoes are also really good, which I didn't talk about Ashley's shoes, but it's okay. And then it has like the buckles and like the detailing and even to the striped socks, which I think is really cool. Now we have Yasmin's angel outfit, which the top is spot on. It does have this like tank top strap here. You can't see it in this picture, but I know for sure that it's there. They do have kind of the bell sleeves, which you can see over here. It's not as angelic as it is in the PS2 version, but it's okay. The skirt is a little bit different. This is more of like a cream and layered with like the underskirt, where this one is like white and gold, like sequined-ish tulle over a white skirt. So that one is slightly different, but it's still supposed to be the same thing, you can tell. I do miss the angel wings, which you can also wear this again in Bratz the movie, and I don't think that they gave us angel wings with it, so that's not there. They probably hadn't figured out how to do that in 2006 yet, so it's okay, we can give them grace for that. The socks are like super accurate. They're all white with like the gold detailing up here at the top. And then the shoes, they're basically the same. Moving on to Princess. So we have one of Fiona's outfits. We have this tank top with a crown on it with like the gold sequins. So super translatable, the exact same. Obviously more fitted in the PS2 than it is on the doll, but I digress. You even can see like the white belt in the skirt with like the stud detailing that you can see on Fiona's. And then even the slight like denim part, you can see that in the game as well. I didn't realize that what this texture was supposed to be just from playing the game so much and never really truly looking at the doll that it's based on. But you can see the lace overlay of the skirt like inspiration on this. I thought that it was like kind of the same, I guess, fabric as like what the jacket was. So that was always like weird to me, but I can definitely see the inspiration for it now. This skirt is a little bit darker than this skirt that Fiona's doll wears, but basically the same outfit. So, and now her second outfit, she has this like plush jacket, which you can see like the diamond part. You can see it on the doll and in the PS2. I don't know if this detail made it to her doll's top. I can't really tell in this picture, but the pants are where it's at. So you have like this tannish belt, which you can see here, and then you have like this lace detailing on the front of the pants, which are also the same color, surprisingly, and then the lace detailing on the cuffs, which you can see the cuffs too. So very spot on, very impressed with this. Now we have Jade's tank top, which doesn't have the little shrug thing, but that's okay. It has this type of French looking crown thing, like a bishop crown, I think. I don't actually know, but it's ribbed. You can tell that it's ribbed in the PS2 version. I don't remember if it is in real life or not. I remember the her first outfit a lot more because that's what she lived in at my home. but it's both that dark green, and then the pants, you have like this pink detailing that you can see on both the doll and the PS2, and the pink cuffs with like the detailing on the sides of the cuffs. I'm pretty sure there is also a pink belt on this. I don't know why it's cropped out. Silly me. The only thing that I don't think is included in the PS2 version is this chain right here, which I don't know if that's included in the actual doll. I found this on the internet and was like, oh, that's a great look at that outfit. So I don't remember if that's on the actual doll or not. And then Yasmin's, this seems to be more ribbed, and this is more like a satin. And it also has like this, I guess, bow detailing that the PS2 one is missing, but it also has like the black stitching, like the X stitching in the middle. So that's pretty accurate. And then this is just like a 3-tiered black skirt, poofy skirt, which this exact match in the PS2 version. So pretty accurate, I would say, other than like the ruching on the PS2 version as opposed to the doll. So moving on to Sweet Dreams Pajama Party Wave 1, we have Chloe's doll, which you can't really tell. I mean, I guess you can kind of tell that this is supposed to be like a shrug that she has on. It is painted on, but you can still see the bow, so I guess that helps. And then you have like this like light pink kind of thing that goes to her hips with like the yellow polka dots and like yellow, I guess, detailing, where this one looks to be more of like a mustard color instead. You still have this like layer right here, which it has the white stripes in the PS2 version, where this looks to be more like tulle. So that's interesting. And then the shrugs, you have like the stripes on it, and they're accurate in coloring, so that's good. And then you have this pink underskirt on both of them, which actually they look to be the same. So this one's definitely the correct thing. And then Felicia's, it is a top and a skirt in the PS2 version, where hers, I think, is a dress with a top over it. However, when you wear it together, you can't really tell. And I don't know why they made it a skirt and a top instead of a dress like the other one. Maybe because they wanted to have more than just like one skirt in this line. I don't know. But you can see there's like 2 layers to the skirt, which same as in the game. All of the different multicolored hearts, and they're even like all different directions, which translates well into the game. The top part, the hearts are only orange and red, which makes me sad because you can see there's like green and pink and blue on Felicia's, but you can also see it just on the top, which I love. And then it is off the shoulder on both cases. It's like this pinkish red, like scalloped ribbon stuff up here at the top. So that's really accurate. And then this does seem to be pretty form-fitted on the doll. So honestly, that's accurate for the PS2 too, yeah. And then we have Sierra's, which this one I feel like is one of the most accurate of all of them so far. Like in Sweet Dreams, I mean. Because you have like this pink blocky strap tank top, which you have like the detailing up here on the straps and then the collar. And then you have like this blue heart, which, I mean, it's mirrored, but it's okay. And then I assume there's a pink heart down here, which is right here. And then you have the white top on top where it's folded over. And you can kind of see that that's what that's supposed to be right there, with the same color like polka dots. And then even this like green heart on the top right here. Like crazy accurate. And then her skirt, you have the strawberry that's even in the PS2 version. There's not that many green dots along the belt like there are here, but it is that darker yellow that the belt is. And then the skirt, like Felicia's, is 2 ruffles, which it's the same like skirt pattern, so I understand why they would reuse it. And then the detailing is like a reddish pink on this skirt and then blue on the other one, so super accurate. And then Yasmin's a little bit more form-fitting than the doll one is. Same with Chloe's. You have like your shrug with like the green detailing, and then you have like the green stripes. And I don't see white stripes on this one, but maybe it's on the back. And then like you have these thin green ones in between the red ones, which you can see right here. And like that little orange one right there that's up here. And then the dress, you have, this one looks to be like a more vibrant pink, where this one's more muted, but you have like the yellow detailing up here with the bow, and then the polka dots are the same colors, so pretty accurate, but not as accurate as Sierra's. Moving on to Genie Magic, you have Jade's second outfit. Yes, because they wear like the real genie looking stuff for their first outfit. So we have this first top, which right away you can see like the detailing at the bottom, and then like also the sequins. And then you can tell that the straps are supposed to be a different like fabric than the rest of the top. So that's really cool. It's like that really dark magenta color. It's beautiful. And then these pants, you can see like the belt, the ribbon belt kind of translates up here, not like super accurately, but it has like these details on the pockets that the doll is missing, which I believe the detailing is in the Genie Magic movie, but it's been a while since I've seen that one, so I'm just basing it off of my memory. And then the capri, you have like this like cutout detailing, which you can see on the doll, and there's like detailing on the cuff, which is right here. And then the shoes are pretty accurate. There's more detail in the game than it is on the doll, but then we have a hybrid of Megan's outfits. So this top is from her first outfit, and these bottoms are from her second outfit. The top from her first outfit is super copy and pasted. It's like this like balloon type structure, but it's the same color. It's got like this detailing down here and on like the sleeves, and it even has like the little dangly parts. But her capris, the cuffs are the same, but the colors of it is different, and it's missing the distressing, and it's also missing like the gold detailing. I don't really see that a lot in the PS2 one. And there's like these like sequins by the pockets that are missing in the doll version. But after looking at them, you can tell that these are supposed to be the same. So moving on to Sasha's outfit. Not gonna lie, I like the PS2 version of this outfit so much better than the doll version, which might be an unpopular take, but the amount of detailing that is on this PS2 one is insane, and it's gorgeous. Like, look at all this like gold threading on the collar that's here, and then right here at the bottom, and then on the sleeves. And then this, I think, is supposed to be like from this threading stuff just like tied, which this has like whatever those are instead. The doll just has like a regular green skirt, which the skirt is green in the PS2 version too, but you can see the added belt and like the under like orange layer. So lots more detailing on the PS2 versions than there was on the dolls, which I think this was modeled after what was in the movie, like the Bratz Genie Magic movie, so that makes sense. And then like the shoes, like I was saying earlier, more detail on the PS2 than in the doll. So for Yasmin's doll, the top is the same. It's got like the same color block structure where it's like this magenta color up here, and then like the blue, and then the blue, and then it even has the gold tie. It's a lot more cropped than the doll is and more form-fitted, but we talked about that a lot with previous t-shirts, so that makes sense. You can see the thigh distressing in the PS2 one that you can see on the doll one, especially like up here on the thighs. Now there's more detailing up here on the hips in the PS2 version than there was on the doll, which I believe this was also inspired from the movie as well. So that's probably why. Now moving on to On Ice, or sometimes they're known as Ice Champions, versus Dana's. I don't really know what happened here. Like, this is supposed to be, I never knew what this was supposed to be as a kid. Now looking at the doll, I understand. There's like these little like sequin chain things. Doesn't translate well into the PS4. I respect them for like trying though. Then you have like this mesh stuff for her sleeves, which you can see here. It is the same shape, like the sleeves and like the top are the same shape, but this is like a more darker purple, where this is like lighter and softer. Honestly, I kind of prefer the doll more. And then the skirt, you can see the white belt with like the studs on it, so that's accurate. The shape of the skirt is also fairly accurate as well, but there seems to be 3 layers in the PS2 version, where there's only like 1 layer and then like tulle in the doll. And then I don't know if these are the tights that actually go with the doll. I just mainly use it for the top and skirt, but there's purple fishnet tights, and then these don't look purple to me. And then Maribel, on the doll, it's definitely like a top over a fishnet top, and that does not translate well into the PS2 version. So you can see like some off the shoulder sleeves here, which these aren't really off the shoulder. It's just like a U-neck, but it's not like a U-neck here. It does have like that detailing like on the collar and then down here. I think these are supposed to be the sequins that are right here, but it does not look like it at all. I do like the orange, but I like the softer orange here. That matches like the bottoms better. So maybe it's just the lighting in the dressing room. I don't know. But you can tell it's supposed to be the same top, but it does not look like the same top. Now the skirt is completely different. The belt is relatively the same because you have like this big buckle right here. But like the first one, it's like this shape and like 3-tiered with like the sequins. This one, it has those like sequin chain things that like Dana's doll has on the top, and then like orange and white stuff on the bottom. That's not what is represented here. So I understand like the asset part, but it's not the same. And then Vanessa's, the top is almost completely different. Like it has like the blue top with like the fishnet sleeves, which you can see, but this has like detailing on the t-shirt that the doll does not have, and the doll does not have, like, it's not, like, the details here are not represented here. The skirt is the same as Maribel's, where it has like this stuff right here, but you can see that it's like ribbon and it's looped, which I wonder if that's what they were trying to go for with this, but it didn't translate very well. I mean, the belt kind of did, but maybe that's what that's supposed to be. I don't know. I'd have to look at it again in game. But the tights are accurate for once. They're this like dark blue, like this dark slate blue. And then Yasmin's, the top on the doll is pink, and in the game it's white. And then she has a snowflake on her doll. And I don't know what this is supposed to be in the game. The sleeves are pretty accurate though. It's got like this green stripe, and then like the collar and the sleeves also have like the dark pink. The sleeves are white though, where on the doll they're pink. And then this is the most accurate skirt, to be honest with you. The belt is purple with like those like sequin dot things. Same here. And then you can kind of see the shape of that skirt. It's translated here in the PS2 version with like the sequins and stuff. So I bet they modeled all of the skirts, except for this one, off of Yasmin's skirt, just to make it easier for them, if I had to take a guess. And then these are orange-ish, where hers and the doll form are like a dark pink. So that's interesting that they made it orange-ish. And now for the penultimate line, Forever Diamondz. So quickly, you can see they do not say the same thing. The doll says angel and the game says babe, which, looking at the prototypes, all of their prototypes say what they say in the game, because it's also what their tank tops say in the movie. So I don't know why it was different, but that's beyond me. There's a lot more detailing on the tank top on the PS2 than there was on the doll, but it's important to note that the doll does have like this rhinestone, like diamond stuff right up here on the collar that is translated into the PS2. It's also important to note that none of them will have their first shawls, which I talked about it replaying Bratz Archangels on my Twitch, and we came to the conclusion that was probably too hard to animate, which is why they also didn't have the shrugs in their midnight dance outfits. But for her jeans, you can still see like the triangle, like diamond things on the side, and she does have like her sparkly belt. So overall, this is very accurate. The tank top is more accurate to the movie in terms of like wording, but I like all the details that they added on the tank tops, and then staying with the doll like design on the jeans. Jade's, same thing. Hers says sugar on her doll. In the game, it's wild. It is a dark charcoal gray tank top in the game, and the doll in this picture, sometimes her doll comes with a purple tank top though, which if you have a purple tank top, Jade, then automatically the PS2 version of this outfit is like different, just because they don't have a purple version of the tank top. I don't know why they ever sold it with purple version, but it's okay. She doesn't really, I guess they don't really have like belts necessarily. It's just like this diamond detailing on the top of the jeans. But she has extra detailing here that are on her movie counterpart, but not on the doll counterpart. But the bottom part of her jeans is very very accurate, where it's like top in the long in the middle, and then like it gradually goes down. Now Sasha's, I had to find another one where it made it bigger because you couldn't really see it, but Sasha says glam in the doll, where in the video game it says hip. She's also got that collar detailing, same here, and then like the belt, and then like the triangles on the side of her pants, which this is the only diamond part on her pant other than the belt, same as in the doll. And then Yasmin's, her tank top in doll form says girly, where in the video game it says flirt, which is interesting because I wouldn't take Yasmin as a flirt normally. But her pants are the most intricate in doll form and in the PS2 version. It's got like this really swirly pattern, which is translated very well. It goes across the thigh here, which it doesn't really on the doll. It kind of starts up at the hip, and it doesn't on the hip. So, which in the movie, I think it does look more like this. So not like a super big difference, but still a difference where it starts at the hip on the doll, it doesn't here, and it starts on the thigh in the PS2 version, and it doesn't here. But same with Sasha's, this is the only leg that has diamond stuff, same as in the doll. So that is actually it for my comparison between the doll lines and the fashion lines of Bratz Forever Diamondz. So if you would like to go check out my video that I did on the ones for Bratz Archangels, go ahead and do that. It will be recommended to you. And then if you would like to hear me rank the outfits or like the fashion lines in Bratz Forever Diamonds, stay tuned for that because that one will be coming soon. I also ranked the ones from Bratz Archangels, so be sure to check that one out as well. But that's where I'm going to wrap this up for today. So let me know in the comments down below about those fashion packs, where you think that they came from, and also which fashion line is your favorite. So I love reading comments and responding. That's literally one of my favorite things. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys.